everyone. Welcome to this Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Battery, ASVAB, Paragraph Comprehension session. In this video, we'll work through ASVAB-style reading passages and focus on understanding main ideas, supporting details, and implied information. Paragraph comprehension on the ASVAB is not about speed. It's about accuracy and clear reasoning. I'll show you practical techniques to avoid trap answers, manage your time, and answer confidently. Let's begin and strengthen the reading skills you need to succeed on the ASVAB exam. Are you preparing for the ASVAB exam? Download the ASVAB Prep 2025 app and take your practice to the next level. If you want faster improvement, you can request a one-on-one tutor directly from the app. Visit asvabtutoring.com for more information. Wolves are the largest members of the dog family. Gray wolves are by far the most common and were once found all over the Northern Hemisphere. Wolves live and hunt in packs of around 6 to 10 animals. They are known to roam large distances, perhaps 12 miles in a single day. These social animals cooperate on their preferred prey, large animals such as deer, elk, and moose. Based on the passage, what is true about gray wolves? A. They are solitary. B. Found only in North America. C. Prefer small prey. D. Hunt in packs of 6 to 10. The correct answer is D. Hunt in packs of 6 to 10. Gray wolves are described as social animals that live and hunt together. The passage clearly states that they hunt in packs of around 6 to 10 wolves, working cooperatively to take down large prey such as deer, elk, and moose. The bald eagle is the national bird of the United States, but it was once nearly wiped out. Pesticides like DDT harmed eagles by contaminating fish, their main food source. After DDT was restricted in 1972, eagle populations began to recover. How did bald eagles come in contact with DDT? A. From nest pesticides. B. Through eggshells. C. By eating contaminated fish. D. From other birds. The correct answer is C. By eating contaminated fish. DDT accumulated in water and fish. When bald eagles ate these contaminated fish, the chemical entered their bodies, weakening eggshells and reducing reproduction, which caused a major population decline. In 1848, the movement for women's rights launched on a national level with the Seneca Falls Convention, organized by Elizabeth Cady Stanton and Lucretia Mott. Following the convention, the demand for the vote became a centerpiece of the women's rights movement. The 19th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution granted American women the right to vote, a right known as women's suffrage. The amendment was ratified on August 18, 1920, ending almost a century of protest. What launched the women's rights movement on a national level? A. The 19th Amendment. B. Susan B. Anthony C. U.S. Constitution. D. Seneca Falls Convention. The correct answer is D. The Seneca Falls Convention of 1848 is considered the event that launched the women's rights movement on a national level. It produced the Declaration of Sentiments, which demanded equal rights, including voting rights for women. This convention unified activists and marked the beginning of organized nationwide advocacy for women's equality. Koalas live in eastern Australia, where the eucalyptus trees they love are most plentiful. They rarely leave these trees, and their sharp claws and opposable digits easily keep them aloft. Koalas do not drink much water, and they get most of their moisture from these leaves. Each animal eats a tremendous amount for its size, about 2.5 pounds of leaves a day. What type of trees do koalas live in? A. Banksia. B. Australian conifers. C. Acacia. D. Eucalyptus. The correct answer is D. Koalas live primarily in eucalyptus trees, which provide both their habitat and their main food source. They rarely leave these trees and depend on eucalyptus leaves for nutrition and moisture. Their claws and gripping digits help them stay high in these trees safely and efficiently. A period of time is usually measured by comparing it with another period of time. For example, a year on Mercury is equal to 88 Earth days. A year on Uranus is approximately 348 Mercury years. According to the passage, the way time is usually measured shows that time is A. Flexible, B. Relative, C. Cyclical, D. Calendar-based. The correct answer is B. The passage compares one planet's year to another's, Mercury to Earth and Uranus to Mercury, showing that time is measured in relation to another period of time, not by an absolute standard. Hence, time is relative. Riding the mail plane is a low-budget way to visit America's largest national park, Wrangell St. Elias, 13 million acres of scenic beauty. Copper first drew prospectors to this part of Alaska. From 1911 to 1938, the Kennecott mine produced 200 million tons of it. Now a mecca for tourists, the town of Kennecott was abandoned to the ghosts when the copper ran out. According to the passage, which of the following illustrates the correct sequence of events? A. Copper drew prospectors, copper ran out, town abandoned, tourist attraction. B. Copper drew prospectors, tourist attraction, copper ran out, town abandoned. C. Copper drew prospectors, copper ran out, tourist attraction, town abandoned. D. Copper drew prospectors, tourist attraction, town abandoned, copper ran out. The correct answer is A. Copper first attracted prospectors to Alaska, leading to the operation of the Kennecott mine from 1911 to 1938. When the copper was exhausted, the mine closed, and the town was abandoned. Years later, Kennecott became a popular tourist destination within Wrangell St. Elias National Park, known for its scenic beauty and historic mining heritage. Vikings were expert boat builders and sailors. The Vikings were famous for sailing huge distances from their home in Scandinavia between AD 800 and 1066 to raid and plunder, but they also traded with people from other countries. Around 500 years before Christopher Columbus discovered the American continent, Vikings had visited its shores, landing in what is now Canada in around AD 1000. According to the passage, where were Vikings from? A. England, B. Scandinavia, C. Canada, D. Greenland. The correct answer is B. The passage clearly states that Vikings sailed long distances from their home in Scandinavia between AD 800 and 1066. This directly identifies Scandinavia as their place of origin, making it the correct answer based solely on the information provided in the text. Found on England's Salisbury Plain in Wiltshire, Stonehenge is a huge man-made circle of standing stones. Building the monument took over 1,000 years and finished in 1500 BC, making it one of the world's most famous prehistoric monuments. No one knows what the monument's use was, but each year on June 21st, the longest day of the year, the sun always rises over the heelstone, a single large stone which stands outside of the main monument. And the sun always sets over the heelstone on the shortest day of the year. Therefore, researchers believe that Stonehenge may have been a calendar linked to the study of the stars. When was Stonehenge completed? Option A, 900 AD. Option B, 1500 BC. Option C, 1500 AD. Option D, 150 BC. The correct answer is B. Stonehenge was completed around 1500 BC after more than 1,000 years of construction. Archaeological evidence shows the final major building phases ended during this time. Its alignment with the sunrise and sunset on solstices suggests it may have served as an ancient astronomical calendar. In 1961, President John F. Kennedy famously announced a national goal of landing a man on the moon by the end of the 1960s. On July 20th, 1969, American astronauts Neil Armstrong and Edwin Buzz Aldrin became the first humans ever to land on the moon. About 6.5 hours later, Armstrong became the first person to walk on the moon. As he took his first step, Armstrong famously said, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." Who announced the goal of landing a man on the moon? A. Neil Armstrong. B. Richard Nixon. C. John F. Kennedy. D. Buzz Aldrin. The answer is C. In 1961, President John F. Kennedy set a bold national objective for the United States: to land a man on the moon before the decade ended. This announcement became a defining moment in the space race and led directly to the Apollo missions, culminating in the moon landing of 1969. The Dodd-Frank Act, officially called the Dodd-Frank Wall Street Reform and Consumer Protection Act, is legislation signed into law by President Barack Obama in 2010 in response to the financial crisis that became known as the Great Recession. Dodd-Frank put regulations on the financial industry and created programs to stop mortgage companies and lenders from taking advantage of consumers. What was the Dodd-Frank Act drafted in response to? A. The Great Depression. B. Consumer Protection Act. C. The Great Recession. D. Wall Street Reform. The answer is C. The passage explicitly states that the Dodd-Frank Wall Street Reform and Consumer Protection Act was signed into law in 2010 in response to the financial crisis known as the Great Recession. This directly identifies the event that motivated the legislation,